How we doing, everyone? Happy Friday. Woo! We made it. Another week down. J-Con, Bugatti Bailey, Buddha, Lurkers. How we doing, everyone? Bailey already redeeming Pokemon cards. I will do that after my picks are done, if that's alright. I have good feeling about today's Pokemon pulls. We've been having, mediocre luck lately. I feel like we're gonna get some good hits. Let's see. Brett started streaming at a good time because I just ate my lunch. Nice. Yeah, I kind of like this 12:15 start time. Not gonna lie, if I can get my chores and groceries done by then, it's a good time. My lunch is at 10:30. I hate sports. I hate betting. I hate the teams. I hate the players. Hate. Triple hate. No, you're going to get a triple lock tonight. Good old Grinch. I mean, to be honest, Jake, I had a bad night too. I went 3-4 against the number last night. Not a good night for me. That's a bad night for me. Anything below 500 is bad for me. 2-5, 3-4, something like that. I don't like doing that. So we're gonna make up. Normally, when you have a bad day, you got a good day coming up. So I'm gonna do money. I'm gonna do some picks for tonight's games using the numbers, and then we'll just do rapid fire Saturday moneyline picks here. So let's get into it. Let's get into tonight's. We'll do all of D1 for Friday. I'll increase the font for y'all on mobile. There we are. I had three other three-leg parlays, missed one leg on each of those. Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't like doing parlays. I mostly am a singles guy because if my theory is that if I can go 55% winning or 65, anywhere between 55 and 65, you're never going to be above 65 unless you do money lines. You're going to be winning. You're going to have money, at the end of the year. You're going to have money. So I occasionally will throw in a home run parlay just for fun, but I always make sure that I bet half on those. Marshall's dead to me. Dude, Marshall has killed me this year in basketball too. I think they've killed everybody. They got a great coach, and they're normally really good. This year, they're not the same. They're not our father's Marshall. Let's put it that way. But let's get into it here. Butler, one of my favorite teams in basketball, catching 10.5 at Creighton. That's too many points. In a Big East game? I know Creighton's number 13 in the country. Haven't these two played each other already? Didn't Butler win? What are we doing? I think they played each other already. Maybe not. Did they play at the end of the year? They play again at the end of the year. Okay, well, Butler's too good to lose by that much. They could. If Creighton gets hot shooting, they could lose this. But I see a cover here. I see Butler cover. If you see the number go to 11 and a half, take Butler. Take those points. Also, maybe not too shabby of an over play here, 147.5. Both these teams can get hot offensively. Butler doesn't play that great of defense. It's not your father's Butler defense anymore. Now it's Thad Matta's there. Plays good offense. You might look at it over here. Kent State Buffalo, don't bet this game. But if I were to bet it, I won't. But if I were to do it, Buffalo's horrendous, but Kent State's been kind of awful compared to what they normally are. I'm not going to bet this game, but I would probably just take Kent State on money line because those teams are garbage. Is it Creighton trash this year? They've started to play better, Bailey. They had a bad stretch there. St. Bonaventure, the Bonnies, at Dayton. A lot of points for two good teams here, 7.5. But Dayton, they're going to be thinking bounce back here. We just lost our first game in the league. They're going to be kind of pissed off. We're back home. I'll grab Dayton though 7.5. If you can find a 7, even better. But I do think Dayton will win that game. So I think fouling, by the time the game's over, you might be at 8 or 9 points there. Ohio State, Iowa. This is kind of a tricky one. I was pretty good at home. I'd probably lean with taking the 5.5 with Iowa. But I think a better play is actually just taking the money line, even though you don't get a great value on it. Yeah, Dayton, Ohio, yes. Cornell, Dartmouth. I'm not going to bet this game, but that is a lot of points for an Ivy League game. Dartmouth is awful, though, and Cornell, 15-3. Pretty good. They just beat Princeton, who was on the verge of being ranked. I'd probably lean Cornell here, 10.5. You can find 10 out there, or 9.5, even better. I strongly advise don't tease in basketball because there's so many points that are scored. It's just not, unless you're parlaying a tease, that's fine, but don't do single teases. It's unless you are really, really confident that will help you out. Ryder and Siena. This game kind of stinks. I would advise to stay away from this, but I would probably take... I'd probably go over here. Over 136. That's not that many points. But I'm telling you, this is not one of my picks. Stay away from that game. Quinnipiac. I don't know how you say that. I think it's Quinnipiac. Jaspers are not very good this year. I'd lean Quinnipiac, the Bobcats, on the road here. You don't have a great home atmosphere in Riverdale, New York, so it's not like it's going to be that hostile. We'll take the Bobcats here. I wouldn't bet that game. Don't bet MAC games, honestly. Don't do it. Those teams are so inconsistent. C&E got the keys to their house today. Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome. Niagara, St. Peter's, the Peacocks. Go Peacocks here. 3.5. I think it's a good number. I think I might bet this game. Take the Peacocks. It's a low number. Mount St. Mary's, Marist. Stay away from this, but I'd probably lean... I'd probably just take Moneyline Marist, honestly. Stay with that 2.5. They could win by 1. Over looks pretty good, though. The over, 128.5. That's a low number for teams that probably don't play good defense. It is the MAC after all. Probably lean over there, but I'd stay away from that game. Fairfield, Iona. I think I'm gonna take Fairfield and the plus 4.5 here, but I'm not super confident about it. Once again, MAC. This is MAC. MAC Fridays. MAC games are very hard to bet on. They're high variability. I'd stay away from this, but I'd lean Fairfield. Princeton, Yale, probably the best game of the night. Yale is 13-6, but they're very good. Princeton is awesome. They're 15-2, coming off Elite 8 last year. My play for this game is a little outlandish. I like the over in this. I like taking Princeton the plus 3.5, but I also like doing one of those 12-team plays, those 12-way plays where either team could win by 1 to 5 points. Love it. Love that play here. I might end up doing it. Make sure you do low value on it. Don't bet the house on that, because obviously you're getting plus value on that. But if it hits, triple your money. So I might lean a 1 to 5 winner there, but I would take the plus 3.5 with Princeton. I think they'll lose by 2 or win. And then I like the over here too. I think the 140 is too low for two good offensive teams, but we'll see. Harvard and Columbia. Harvard's a lot better than Columbia. I would take Harvard here. I don't know if I'm going to bet it, though. 150 also seems kind of high, but I'm not going to do it. Brown, Penn. Don't, just stay away from this. I'm not even going to talk about it, but I'd probably take Brown at home. Toledo is a over machine this year. They typically are. They have a very fast pace of play. And this is a good game. 2 8-1 teams out of the Mid-American Conference here. I would probably honestly take Toledo to keep it close here, because I think this might come down to a buzzer shot. But, another good play is probably just Akron on the money line. Just win the freaking game. That's a great game, too. Probably third best game of the night. The Butler-Creighton, the Princeton-Yale. And then this one. Nevada, San Jose State. Take Nevada. It's a huge number. Nevada's really good at home. They were ranked earlier in the year. Mountain West is a great conference this year, by the way. I would put a top 5 conference. And I would take Nevada in 11.5, but